Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into a topic that's close to the heart. How art, particularly music, has the power to shine a light on mental health. Songs are not just catchy beats or words, they're emotional blueprints of the human experience. They capture our deepest pains, our darkest moments, and sometimes our hopes. But they also show us the scars, the trauma, the struggles that we may not always see or talk about. So as we go into these songs, think about how they resonate with you and what they can teach us about mental health. Let's start with Woke Up This Morning by Alabama 3. This song isn't just a cool and funky tune. It's the cry of someone trapped in the damaging cycle of domestic abuse. Imagine waking up every morning not knowing if today will bring more pain or if you'll finally escape the prison of violence. The lyrics are gritty, raw, and reflective of how abuse can penetrate every moment of our lives. It reminds us that trauma is pervasive. It lingers in your thoughts, your body, and every part of your being. For some, this song is a reflection of their reality. For others, it's a wake-up call to understand the hidden struggles people around them might be facing. Next, let's talk about The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia by Vicki Lawrence. This song unfolds a tragic story of betrayal, murder, and a lie that spirals out of control. It's about a man wrongly convicted for a crime he didn't commit, his life shattered by a single falsehood. What stands out in this song is how one lie, fueled by someone's ego or sense of entitlement, can ruin lives. It tells of how deceit, especially when we believe we are above reproach, can harm everyone involved, destroying the person telling the lie and the people who believe it. Now we have Frankie Teardrop by Suicide. Brace yourself, this song is heavy. An unrelenting dive into the mind of someone at their breaking point. Frankie's stress, his overwhelming feelings of anxiety, and his spiral into despair lead him down a tragic path. The tension in the music reflects the constant weight of mental breakdown, how it can make you feel like you're drowning. It's a gut-wrenching experience highlighting that when mental health is ignored, when it's allowed to fester and eat away at someone, it can lead to devastating outcomes like family annihilation and suicide. This song forces us to face the reality of how deeply stress and unaddressed mental health issues can damage someone's soul and how it can happen to any one of us. Next is Jeannie's Afraid of the Dark by Dolly Parton and P. Wagner. This song is about the fear and grief that come with loss. The grief of a mother losing her child. It's quiet, slow, and somber. It's not just about the pain of losing someone you love. It's about living with the fear of that loss, the anxiety that comes with feeling vulnerable. It's a song that encapsulates the kind of grief that's all-consuming, the kind of grief that lingers in your chest, making it hard to breathe. For many of us, it's a fear we can't shake. What happens if the ones we love are taken too soon? And this can happen from relationship breakdowns too. And if you're enjoying this exposition so far, please hit the subscribe and bell icon. It really helps us understand what you like. Now back to it. Nirvana's Rape Me hits hard. The title itself shocks, but the song is a brutal confrontation of sexual assault and trauma. Kurt Cobain wrote this as a direct challenge to the way the world handles issues of sexual violence. It's raw, it's uncomfortable, and it forces us to reckon with the silence that surrounds trauma. Cobain's call for power in reclaiming something that was stolen from him speaks to the ongoing struggle that many survivors face. It tells us that trauma has long-lasting effects and how the world often doesn't address it with the urgency or empathy that it deserves. Then we have Nebraska by Bruce Springsteen. It's a haunting ballad about a man's descent into psychosis. He's driven by something dark within himself, leading to violence and destruction. The song's minimalist, eerie vibe perfectly mirrors the feeling of losing control, of descending into a place where reality isn't quite what it seems. It highlights that mental health issues, when ignored or untreated, can manifest in ways we never expect, leading to devastating actions that forever change lives. Immortal Technique's song Dance with the Devil is one of the darkest rap songs. It's about peer pressure, self-worth, and the decisions we make when we're desperate to fit in. The protagonist's journey is tragic. He goes from trying to prove himself to being caught in the spiral of violence. The message here is that when we don't feel good enough, when we have low self-esteem, we can easily fall into toxic behaviors and situations that we can't escape from. And now we have Jeremy by Pearl Jam. It's a haunting song about isolation, bullying, and the devastating consequences of feeling like you don't belong. Jeremy's pain is palpable. He's neglected, isolated, and pushed to the brink by the cruelty of others. The tragic ending of the song is a heartbreaking illustration of the importance of looking out for those who might seem like they're okay on the outside. It also highlights how loneliness and bullying can destroy someone from the inside out, leading to irreversible consequences. And now we have another one by Nirvana, Polly. It's about sexual abuse told from the perspective of the aggressor. The haunting lyrics and somber melody convey the vulnerability and powerlessness that comes with abuse. It's a song that forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about how sexual violence affects not just the body, but the mind and soul. But it was also Cobain's way of showing the strength in those who survive, in their will to. We should also remember that trauma doesn't go away on its own. It needs to be addressed, spoken about, and healed. Now we have Delia's Gone by Johnny Cash. It tells a story of a toxic relationship that spirals into violence. It's about coercive control, manipulation, and how unhealthy relationships can lead to fatal consequences. The chilling tone of the song underscores the deadly consequences of emotional and physical abuse, how power imbalances and emotional manipulation can erode a person's sense of self-worth, ultimately leading to destruction. And this one's another very interesting one, Gloomy Sunday, also known as the Hungarian suicide song. It speaks to deep despair, grief, and existential crisis. It's been linked to many suicides due to its somber melody and lyrics. The song captures the kind of sadness that becomes all-consuming, the kind of depression that can take root and make it impossible to see a way out. For many, it's the soundtrack to their darkest moments, but there's always a way out. We just have to know we aren't alone. These songs, each in their own way, give us a glimpse into the depths of human emotion and mental health. Music has the power to express what words alone cannot, and it makes sense that we often turn to music to help us process what we feel. What songs speak to you? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, take care of yourselves and each other.